11:19 right now. Let's check in with Storm Tracker meteorologist Grace Linello on what is a nice day right now, but changes. We have to talk about the changes
Big
that are
changes
coming.
coming.
That's exactly right. So eat lunch outside today because you're not going to be eating dinner outside today because we're going to have a little bit of a different forecast at that time. At least for right now, though, it's a mix of clouds and sun and very warm temperatures. Most of us sitting in the low 80s, some of us still in the upper 70s, but even still very warm. We've got a nice breeze and a good mix of clouds and sun all across the region. The Wave 31 Storm Tracker early warning radar network at 11:19 today is only showing those clouds, but before too long, it's going to be tracking storms and showing those as it moves through the area. We'll stay dry for much of this afternoon. We'll have some scattered showers come later in lunchtime, and then really it's closer to bedtime. That's when we start to see those heavy storms attached to a cold front move through the region. Our high temperature for the day will sit in the mid 80s, upper 80s for some, and really be feeling more like summer than it will be like spring. Here's a look at our severe weather outlook. If you're in yellow, stretching from Jackson County, really even through Marion and Winston County, you're in a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather this evening. Parts of the Shoals in southern Tennessee and orange, you're in a level 2 risk. And the very, very tip of southern Tennessee, you are in a level 3 risk for severe weather. Here's the threats that I'm watching for you tonight. The tornado threat is very low. It is not zero, but it is much lower than what we've seen the last few weeks. The biggest threats are gusty winds of up to 60 miles an hour and some isolated pockets of very large hail, specifically in the Shoals. All right, let me walk you through what you can expect. We'll start to see this rain just after dinner time, and this is the scattered nature that we talked about. That's going to pop up later this afternoon and then scoot out of our way. Closer to 9 or 10 o'clock tonight around bedtime, that's when we start to see that front move through. This strengthens right over the Shoals and kind of sits there for a while it's becoming organized, and then it pushes south and east. That part where it's getting organized, that's the reason for that severe weather risk. This will continue to move south and east through about 6:30 in the morning when you first wake up. Leave an extra couple minutes on that morning commute, and don't forget your umbrella as you head out the door. That will continue to track east, and then we have more rain come into the forecast on Thursday. Rain will stick with us on Thursday morning into Thursday afternoon. But the good news is by about 6 or 7 o'clock, temperatures will be in the low 60s and conditions will be mostly dry, albeit cloudy. And why is that such good news? Well, I'm glad you asked, because the Trash Pandas have their home opener tomorrow. At 8 o'clock, temperatures will be in the upper 50s. At 7 o'clock, first pitch there. And then at 10 o'clock, that is when we'll have more and more cloud cover. But that game should be a-okay to be played and to be on time. Now, I am tracking more rain in the forecast on Friday morning. First thing in the morning, 8:30 when you're just getting to the office. Plenty of rain in that forecast. Sticks with us through the afternoon. But then by the time we get just a little bit later into lunchtime, we'll start to see the heavier of that rain stick around. We'll still have all day scattered showers, but it won't be so much storms. It will just be rain at this point. That sticks with us all day on Friday, even into overnight, and very first thing on Saturday. But if you can sleep in just a little bit later on Saturday, by 9 a.m., we're starting to see plenty of clearing, most of that rain pushing to our east. The rest of us left with a little bit of cloud cover, but even that will clear by later in the afternoon. And all in all, the weekend should not be half bad. Your Easter Sunday forecast starts off a little bit chillier in the upper 40s, but by the time we get to our high temperature at 4 o'clock, we'll have much more sunshine on tap, and your high temperature will sit in the upper 60s. So a lot of rain and a lot of big events coming in the next few days. We've got lunchtime rain on Wednesday, but then severe storms overnight tonight into first thing on Thursday. Tracking that rain Thursday up until first pitch, and then all day rain Friday. More sun returns this weekend and to start off next week.